Welcome to part 3 of the Moebius Lost in Space 124 scale chariot that I'm doing for my client Max. I know I said it last video was part 3. The last video was part 2. That was my bad. This is part 3. So just so we make that clear. Okay, I've done a lot of work on the build. I've actually done all of the pre-assembled painting before assembly, so everything is pretty much ready to assemble, and well, everything's ready to light and then assemble. So I'll have everything laid out here for you, and I wanted to show you real quick. Let's take a look at them. Okay, so the last episode, as you remember, we dealt with pre-assembly and getting this part ready for lighting. So as you can see, everything has pretty much been painted and it's just about ready for assembly, or lighting, then assembly. Like, as you can see, I've painted this. That's ready for lighting, completely ready. And so is this. Yeah, that's gonna look nice. And these, what I did was I just painted the whole thing orange with the Tamiya orange color. And once that dried, I just used some masking tape and masked that lower orange part, and well, the rest you see is black. So it's just simple stuff. And then yeah, as you can see, the masks worked wonderfully. So yeah, I'd highly recommend, if you do this model, get those masks, please. It'll make your life so much better. Before I used those masks, I used to use stuff like this, just a Sharpie, and it just kind of just go over it. It ain't too bad, but and I found out it's better to do the masks. And I have personally tried painting straight lines on those crazy grids, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not that good. So I need the masks. Maybe you don't, but I do. And so they're there for you if you do need them. And you see the bubble, all that done, all the chair seats, the cushions painted, the cargo luggage thing is painted. Everything's painted. It's just we got to put it together now. Now these, I wanted to show you how it's best to put these on. And I think the instructions tell you to do this. You put, because these are real rubber wheels, you put the wheels in hot water, in a bowl of hot water, just, you know, pretty warm, to soften them up, and then the hot water makes them soft, where you can actually, with some pliers, just kind of push those into those wheels there. So we'll be getting to that in this video, and we'll pretty much be, I hope, get everything in the video. We'll see. It maybe 2 again. We'll see. But I will be doing this lighting in here, and I'll pretty much show you how I do that, even in the fast motion. Okay, oh yes, and these, I super glued these. I got to do some touch up there, but that's no big deal. I'll touch that up and make that look good. I have tried everything, every kind of adhesive because these come where you have to kind of clip them or snap them in, because they kind of just one straight line, you know, one straight thing, and just kind of make them round. By kind of snapping them in, you can see the seam there. Don't worry, I'll touch that up and that won't be seen. But I've used every kind of glue. I've used this glue, this tester's glue. I've used even the non-toxic glue, which smells nice, by the way. I have used epoxies. I've used just about everything, and it just seems like nothing works as well as super glue. And this is my go-to super glue right here. This is, to me, the best stuff. Yeah, so that's everything. There's the robot. Turned out pretty good. By the way, for my clear parts, I used this stuff right here. Zap Canopy glue. It dries clear, and it's pretty strong, so it does the job, because you know, you're taking a pretty big risk when you're using, say, this stuff or this stuff on clear parts. You know, if you don't get it on just right, that glue just smears on there and just looks horrible. And CA glue can be worse, you know, it can cloud up cloud clear parts in. Now that's a nightmare as well. So if you use clear parts, this is the stuff to get. Okay, so what I have here is the tires, and here are the wheels. And I'm going to put the tires on the wheels, but there's a certain trick that you do that the instructions tell you to do, is to put your tires in a bowl of scalding hot water. And this will cause the rubber to loosen, or the material to loosen, so as you can put them on the wheels. So I let that sit there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll come back to it and stick those on. I did want to show you, I put all the curtains on the door areas. Here. So, forgive me, my hands are wet, but yeah, all the curtains are on the doors, and those are pretty much ready to put on. Now you can see I use clear glue to put these on, because you've got to glue these from the inside, which would show from the outside. So if you used regular glue like this, that would not work. I'm going to tell you that just would not work whatsoever. So what I do, used this glue, which dries clear. It dries absolutely clear. So your glue is minimally seen on these. I've painted these. I had to kind of back paint them with some black paint because it was bleeding through a little bit, so I had to fix that real quick. It should be good now. Did that on both this and this. So as soon as those dry, I will get started on those as well. I put the bubble on the robot. I got to put his arms and stuff on now, but okay, so I think we are ready to put the wheels on. That was able to go on without these, and it's impossible just about to put these tires on these wheels without putting them in hot water to soften the tires. So something good to know. Okay, there you go. All the tires are put on the wheels. Okay, so it looks funny, but the lights are installed, so now I'm going to connect them all and see what it looks like. Okay, so I have gotten the wires connected, and this is just kind of a little test run. I think it looks pretty good. So yeah. So what I need to do now is solder these connections, and then I will proceed to cleaning this up and covering all that up. Okay, I wanted to show you what I just did here. I got all the wires connected and I got them stuffed up in there as best as I can. That's a lot of wiring, but the trick is to get it to go in those little holes, these little tabs, to go in these little holes without having any wires being pinched in between here. So let me try that out and see what happens real quick. Okay, oh my goodness, I'm so glad to have that part done. So we're good now. There is the headlights, and you can see some of the interior lighting there. It's good. Yeah. Okay, so we're ready for the next step. Here is all the connections. Everything is soldered in place, ready to be screwed in. I had to be extremely careful so none of the wires would pinch once this thing closed, or would get caught in between those axles. Because this thing rolls, so if it kind of got in there in them axles, it would kind of twist it up and it'd break the wire. So there should be no problems with that now. Okay, we're moving along quick. So now we can really start assembling the interior parts in this thing and get this thing close to closing it up. Now it's time to put the canopy on. And the only way to do that is just put some glue on there and put it on. What I like to do is I like to take some tape and just get it ready. Okay, so it's done, so I'm gonna have to let this thing dry for a while, and then I'll come back on it, and we'll get this thing finished up. Okay, I believe that'll wrap it up for part 3 of the Moebius Chariot build. And so the next video might be the last one, because all I have to do on this thing is just put on the handles, the guardrails, the headlights, antennas, other little lights, and yeah, it's almost finished. So stay tuned for that part, which will be coming soon. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment, by all means, please feel free to leave a comment, as I love to answer comments. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and keep modeling.